Overall, there were two main themes, one of which was differentiated instruction.
And the other one was understanding by design.
And differentiated instruction basically means the who, what, and how you teach to produce effective learning. And that was a major theme throughout the book.
And understanding by design focuses on what we teach and what the assessment evidence is that you need to collect, and the book talks a lot about how its primary goal is the guiding application of the principles of the curriculum design. Another really important part of the book that we found was when it talked about backward design
and how professionals are distinguished specifically.
Yeah, backward design was really interesting. It had the 3 stages, which started with identifying the results and the actual goals for the student, and then going into determining acceptable evidence of that, and then going into planning the learning experiences and instruction so that, to make sure that the unit wasn't just solely activity-based, that it actually had meaning.
Another thing that the book mentioned that we thought was really important is how professionals are distinguished. One characteristic is that they act on the most current knowledge defined in the field. And the other thing is that they're client-centered, meaning student-centered, and they adapt to the needs of the individual students as opposed to, the group or the class as a whole. So there were a lot of really important elements in the text that were really educational, but we found one to be the most beneficial, and that was a segment called Why It Matters to Teach Responsibly. And it basically gave 7 pointers about how to act appropriately in the classroom given different circumstances.
And we found that this was really great for the two of us because it was really the part of the text that we both pulled out as being the most meaningful to where we are as teachers in our lives right now. So we thought that we would focus on that and see where that takes us.
So we're going to do a couple examples. We're going to do a bad version of the pointer and a good version to create a visual for the ideas.
Attending to teacher-student relationships contributes to student energy for learning.
Oh, Miss Carper?
Yep.
Do you have any family?
Why is that important?
Well, what are they like?
I don't want to talk about this.
Are you related to Amanda Viviano?
We're not talking about this. Alright, Jessica, let's talk about your paper here. You did a really good job here, but I just wanted to get to know you first since it's the beginning of the year. Just tell me a couple things about yourself.
Attending to the learning environment builds a context for learning.
Okay, students, so we're going to get started on our writing assignment, and you can do whatever you need to make sure that you're writing effectively. If you want to pull out your iPod and listen to it quietly, that's fine, or you can get up and move around, work with a partner, or something like that. Just make sure that you're writing, okay?
Attending to students' backgrounds and needs builds bridges that connect learners and important content.
So we're going to get started on our writing assignment today. You're going to be writing about the 3 most important people in your life.
Miss Harper?
Yes.
Can I write about the heritage in my family?
No, that's not really important. We don't want to hear details like that. That's not really going to help your writing. Just write about the people. Alright guys, so now we're going to move on to our next writing assignment. Talk about the 3 most important people in your life. The more details you give about your background or your heritage, the better. Don't hesitate to include anything, okay?
Attending to student readiness allows for academic growth.
Alright students, so we're going to get started on our 3-paragraph essay. Everybody needs to do it, no questions about it, just get started right now.
No, I'm not ready. I'm not ready to do it yet.
You have to do it, I'm sorry.
No!
Just get started. Alright guys, so we're going to get started on a couple writing assignments. Jessica, can you come over here real quick? Stand here for a second. Alright Kate, you just do a couple sentences here, just write as best you can. Try to make a paragraph, okay?
Attending to student interest enlists student motivation.
Okay guys, so we're going to get started on a new essay, and it's going to be about why reading is important.
I don't like reading. Can I write about soccer?
Can I write about music?
No guys, you have to do exactly what I say. We're not moving away from my topic. Alright students, so we're going to get started on an essay and we're going to write about why reading is important. Does anybody have any questions?
Can I write about something else? Can I write about soccer?
Yeah, maybe you can incorporate that into a book that you've read about soccer.
Oh, okay.
Attending to student learning profiles enables efficiency of learning.
Okay guys, we're going to get started on the next task. Is everybody ready to go?
Miss Harper?
Yep.
Can I work with a partner for this
No,
one?
we're not going to work with partners.
I need to work outside where it's quiet. It's too loud in here.
No, you just need to stay at your desk and do your work. Alright guys, we're going to get started on our next assignment. Does anybody have any questions?
Yeah, can I do this next one outside? It was really too loud.
Yeah, sure. Just take a chair out in the hallway and work right out there.
Okay.
Can I work with a partner, Miss Harper?
Yeah, if you think that'll help you get this done, that's fine. Okay, so now we're going to talk about why we thought those specific scenes were important to act out and why we chose the bad versus the good.
The first one, which was attending to student-teacher relationships contributes to student energy for learning. I really thought about this one a lot because one big thing that my cooperating teacher always says to me when I'm teaching is that he loves when I say something just a little bit personal to my students so that they get to know me a little bit on a personal level, and nothing inappropriate or anything like that, but just they realize that I am human, which I think is good in the classroom.
The next one was attending to the learning environment builds a context for learning. And this is something that's really important these days. Every student learns differently. Not all students are going to learn effectively in a silent classroom. Not all students are going to learn effectively when there's a little bit of noise in the classroom, and you need to let the students figure out what's best for them. And as a teacher, you have to be open to what can make the student perform best, even if it's not the most ideal situation for you.
The next one was attending to students' backgrounds and needs builds bridges that connect learners and important content. And I think this one is really interesting. It's spoken about in all of our texts about, either just incorporating multi-genre literature or attending to students' diverse backgrounds and just acknowledging that they exist. It's so important to make them feel comfortable in the classroom and just welcome.
The next one was attending to student readiness allows for academic growth. This is really important to do, and it relates to differentiation a lot. You have to make sure that you're not overstimulating some students and understimulating others. You need to provide assignments that are most effective for certain students' progress at that point. The next one was attending to student interests and less student motivation. We both agreed that this is really important. Sometimes it's really important to listen to what your students have to say. Sometimes they're going to get off topic, talking about something they're really excited about, but sometimes if you take those little snippets and turn them around, they can actually help motivate the students in writing or whatever.
And the last one was attending to student learning profiles enables efficiency of learning. And in our example, we did how one of us wanted to go work with a partner, and one of us wanted to go work outside, because there's all these different ways that our students are going to learn. And at times, I think we do have to just let them, if they need a quiet place to work, let them do that. Or if they need to work with a partner at times, a lot of the time, what's the difference between that and working alone?
Alright, so now we're going to do a little book review. Again, here is our book. Overall, I thought it was a pretty good book. It was actually extremely repetitive, which got slightly annoying about halfway through.
Yeah, it was like the first half was very interesting and very informative, and then the second half we thought just kind of repeated it with different acronyms.
Yeah, it was could have been condensed to a much shorter, more direct type of book. But again, it was still useful, but it could have been more concise.
One thing that I would have really liked was if there were maybe some lesson plans of showing how to combine understanding by design and differentiated instruction. There are tons of great planning templates and stuff like that in here, but maybe a sample lesson plan or two would have been kind of cool to see how the authors would do this in their classroom.